Hello and welcome to our coverage of A Perfect Match. Is it A Perfect Match? It's right. That's the name of the show, right? I don't want to confuse it with.
I think it's just
I
called
do believe
Perfect
it's just
Match.
perfect match.
Okay, there we go. Welcome to our coverage of Perfect Match on Netflix. Season 3 is here, and we're here to cover it. It's a very exciting season because we have people from Netflix and people from non-Netflix. So we got a lot of people to discuss today, but I am not alone. I'm here with two amazing co-hosts. We've had the pleasure of talking. Well, y'all had the pleasure of talking about season 2, but we all talked about season 1. So I'm excited to be back. First up, we have Kirsten MacInnis. Kirsten, how are you?
Aysha, I'm doing so well. I'm so excited to be back on into Loom with all of these hot idiots. It's just so exciting. And I'm even more happy to talk about it with you and Jason. Jason and I literally need an adult. So it's a good thing you're back this summer because we missed you deeply.
So to round out this group, on this episode, we found out who was the baby of the show. Now, this person is the grandpa of the podcast,
Okay.
Jason Reed.
Oh, okay. All right. I see how we're going to carry this now. You get around Kirsten, you start acting out, you start hitting out at me. Okay, I see. I was going to say I'm so happy to be here with Kirsten and Aysha, but Kirsten, we know what it is, right? We're the vets here, right? So other people on this podcast aside, they needed to take a season off to go on business trips or whatever it is she was calling it while she's lying to all the viewers and listeners. But she's back. We let her come back because, as Kirsten said, we do need adult supervision on this podcast because last season things tended to spiral into inappropriate territory. So I think we need someone here for a structure and to keep us on track.
But you're right. No one has as much experience podcasting about perfect matches we do because Asia did miss the whole season. So we do have that on her. I'm pretty sure the network wouldn't have let us do it alone again. It would have been like, which one of you is leaving to be joined by Asia? Because it's sure not going to be Kirsten and Jason.
We can't have that again.
Absolutely not.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's appropriate though for this show. Like clearly they just get on here and they say whatever they can say that's the worst. Like Louis was just like I can't. It's just
no, what about Louis? What about him?
He just we know nothing about him except just his whatever you want to like what's going on downstairs.
Big Ben.
Oh, Big Ben. Yeah. We're familiar with Big Ben.
That's what he calls it on Too Hot to Handle too.
Right. That's what I'm like, why is he so consistent? Like he really does call it that.
That's its name. I'm pretty sure if I've learned one thing from all these shows, it's that men name their appendages. His is named Big Ben.
Right. Like listen, why do men do this, Jason?
Listen, I'm not going to tell you mine. It's a secret, so don't.
I don't want to know. If you told me, I'd call.
Don't start asking. Don't start asking.
I would hit leave studio if you started to describe the name.
I have human resources on speed dial.
Fine. We listen. It's a point of pride. Okay, it's a way to it's a way to humanize yourself and other parts of you. Okay, okay. Don't hate, okay?
Yeah, it's always a struggle when you have to humanize a human.
Yeah.
Right. Well, if you are here, hopefully you have subscribed to the RHAP YouTube channel. You hopefully have also subscribed to the Love at First Sight feed and the Hot Dummies on an Island feed so that you can get all of our coverage of Perfect Match season 3.
Hopefully you're still here after that whole conversation. Hopefully you're still listening.
That's the thing. We've now weeded out the prudes and just the real ones remain.
For sure.
That's what we were doing.
Just the chaos lovers among us are here. Welcome, true ones. Welcome to the real.
Sorry to anyone who's just an Aysha fan and didn't realize what was happening here.
There may not be much of a crossover there.
Sorry to Survivor 47 fanboys and girls.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, I try to keep it clean. I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
Y'all should hear her off the podcast, okay? She's just
Okay.
Asia just is better at knowing when not to say something, whereas I have never had that ability. So, anyways,
Yeah.
match season 3.
Well, that is fitting for all of the people on this cast. They seem to be unapologetically themselves, and they are ready to just bear all. So yeah, let's get into it. How'd y'all feel about that castaway themed intro from Nick Lachey? By the way, we're here to talk about just the premiere. I'm sure you've seen it in the title, so just
yeah. But for those of you that just let things play and don't look at your actual, podcast player, we're just talking about their premiere. If you just so happen to not get your phone out and press pause after this podcast came on after your last one,
after you finished today's live feed update with Taryn, and you rolled right into
like I did not mean for this to keep playing, but my hands are busy. I can't get my phone out to silence these idiots.
Hands are busy. Anyways, so Nick Lachey is an actor. So I can understand why he wanted to break out his dramatic acting chops with this like castaway theme of like as if he's been in Tulum this whole time. It's a little bit ruined by the fact that he was literally on Love is Blind like at the reunion 2 months ago or whatever, but okay.
I mean, you got to keep it inside of the structure, right? So they need to come up with a separate storyline where they cloned Nick, and this is Nick's doppelganger. This is perfect match Nick, where he spends his time on the island. He doesn't do anything else. He's just there. He's been there the whole time. And Love is Blind Nick is a separate Nick. That's Nick number 2.
That's
right?
the married Nick.
Yeah, that's married Nick. That's good Nick. This is bad boy Nick who's on Perfect Match here.
I was gonna say this is giving further evidence that on Perfect Match, Nick Lachey is single because where's his wife? Well, he's stranded on a desert island for a year.
His wife was on NCIS Hawaii, and that went off the air, and they're like, "So you want to come on Perfect Match?" She's like, "No."
She said, "What?
I'll just stay home."
Come on, what?
Do what now?
Right, absolutely
not. Is that still happening? Is Nick still doing that? That's where he's been going for like months at a time, once a year.
I mean, I'm sure. I feel like she's probably in Tulum with him. Like he's barely on the show. I'm sure that they are having like fun.
They're like, Vanessa, do you want to come on? Do you want to join Nick? She's like, no, I can't. I can't take that hit to my credibility. Like it's bad enough I get crap on the Love is Blind reunions. I'm not stepping foot on this thing.
But like you could tell she loves like being on the Love is Blind reunion. Like I actually feel like she would want to be here if they asked her. And yet she's not.
I mean, but she's always kind of like the moral police on the reunion, right? Like she's always getting onto the guys for what they did or whatever, trying to call somebody out for which we appreciate, right? But on here, could you imagine? Yeah, she's like, weren't you just kissing her yesterday? What do you have to say for yourself?
Meanwhile, Nick just shows up smiling. All right, guys, here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to hear it. I would like to hear the men specifically answer for their crimes.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting though, because I can't remember from season 2, even though I did listen to y'all's coverage and I did watch that season. I can't remember if there was one from the Ultimatum last season, but that would be interesting because Vanessa would know the Love is Blind people and the Ultimatum people, since we now have Ultimatum.
There was, but she went home like immediately.
Who was
it?
I can I remember? I have to look at the cast.
Listen, Perfect Match is such a blur for me. There's someone on this season of
You're
the
not
challenge.
A Perfect Match historian?
not quite. There's someone on this current season of the challenge that I was like, this person looks so familiar. And then when they introduced themselves, like, I was on Perfect Match as well. I was like, oh, that's where Izzy. Anyone remember Izzy from last season?
Oh yeah.
I did not remember she was even a thing on Perfect Match.
Yeah, because she was on Too Hot to Handle, right?
I believe so.
Well, wait, I'm looking at an article of Who's Still Together from season 2, and it's showing a person named Izzy that is a man.
Oh, he's from Love is Blind. And he was on Perfect Match as well.
There was 2 Izzies?
There's an Izzy boy and an Izzy girl.
Oh my God. Listen, there's only so many names I can keep in my brain at one time. I'm looking, I found an article of the cast of season 2.
Oh, it was Jake.
Jake from the
Yes.
Ultimatum was there, and I
Oh,
thought
Jake,
there was a
yes,
woman as
for
well,
Austin
but
season.
I guess there wasn't.
Jake, who is now engaged, if you keep up with him on social media, he's now engaged to a woman that's unrelated to reality TV. So congrats to him.
Oh, good for
Um,
him.
He was
well,
such
let's
a nothing on on last season. I just forgot that he was even there.
yeah. I mean, I think it's because like I don't know. It just the ultimatum doesn't seem like the place for people that are gonna just shine on reality TV. Like these are pre-existing relationships coming on. Some of them do shine. Obviously, we get a couple on here, but typically,
Yeah, the Ultimatum I think should be illegal. So I don't know. And I mean, I guess I watched Temptation Island. Yeah, I'm the problem too, but I think the Ultimatum is worse.
well, I think that'll be good for rounding out most. I think we've seen most of these people. So let's get into them
Yes.
so we could talk about who these people are. So first up, we were introduced to AD, who is from Love is Blind. She was in a relationship with Clay. It did not go over well. They did not stay married, or they did not get married. They were engaged, but they did not get married. But AD was someone that people really enjoyed on that season of Love is Blind.
I think inarguably the most famous person of this cast. What do you guys think of I mean, I know we have Clayton, who was on an ABC,
Right? Yeah.
who was the Bachelor, but I feel
Yes.
like if we take current day culture, I think AD might be the most famous person here.
I low-key disagree, but the person who I think is more famous hasn't been on the show yet.
Okay. Yeah, because that is a better perspective because Kirsten, you did not see AD's season, right?
Right.
So it's like from our perspective, watching Love is Blind, oh, everybody knows AD. Everybody knows AD has a podcast that is now the first stop for anybody that comes off Netflix reality TV. Go right to AD's podcast.
Yeah, no, this is all news to me. I know AD from the Love is Blind finale.
Mm-hmm. Which, yeah, if you're here and you've lived under a rock and you have not watched Love is Blind, I don't know. Let's read the room. Should we go there?
Listen, we got spoiled by Love is Blind and social media, and so I think the listeners should be along for this ride with us. And like if you're mad about a spoiler, well, so are we. And so you have to sit in it with us. But on the Love is Blind finale, we saw that AD and Ollie from the season of Perfect Match are now engaged.
Yeah, and I think it's an interesting thing to talk about and to keep in perspective as we move through the season. Like, I think it raises questions like, will they stay together the whole season? Will they move apart? I think that's an interesting thing to look at as we're watching the season. So I think we should be upfront. We should be upfront with it of what we know. Because like Kirsten said, that the actual Netflix does not give a crap that you know or not know, because they blasted it everywhere. It's been all over social media. So AD and Ollie are together. They're getting married. They're having a whole ass baby. So it's out there, and it's part of the zeitgeist. But and when we see it from episode 1, that they're just like they
immediately hit it off.
Yeah,
I mean, she describes him as like when she's like, I want a tall, muscular man. I want an alpha. She's describing Ollie.
Yeah,
which is so interesting. That they just like immediately hit it off, and they're the one couple that like Netflix, because of the delay from filming this and airing it, they've already moved on with their lives and they've progressed.
I mean, other shows tell you that you can't post about it. Like, if they were on pretty much any other love show, they wouldn't be allowed to post about their engagement or their baby until this show aired. But Netflix said, nah, they can live their lives. It's fine.
Yeah, I think the only thing this really spoils is that AD and Ollie aren't going to win, because if you know anything about Perfect Match, you know that real couples don't win this show.
Right.
Yeah, there's a good chance that we haven't met the people that are going to win the show yet. True. Because they will be spending most of the season in the hotel.
Yes.
Yeah. So the next person we're introduced to is Sandy. Now, Sandy is from last season of The Ultimatum, the straight version. Just so if you are out there and you have not watched The Ultimatum, I would highly recommend The Ultimatum Queer Love. That is the better version. It is way more entertaining. But Sandy wasn't just PSA.
The straight erasure, Aysha, is
I listen. I think that the straights could stand to be erased a little bit.
yeah, just a smidge. But listen, if you're gonna bring anyone here from Ultimatum, they're bringing in the right people because
Yes.
Sandy was the show that season.
Yes, she was the star of that season.
Yes.
Love it.
And
Sandy.
someone they're previewing to bring into the house this episode that they said here's one of your choices was the other half of that mess of the season.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
So on The Ultimatum, if you aren't aware, you go into trial marriages where you're fake married to somebody for 3 weeks. And so Sandy, her trial marriage partner is one of the options to come in. So we will be seeing him at some point. So we'll talk about him whenever we see him. But yeah.
And if you're out there wondering what trial married means, it means they just lock you into a hotel room for 3 weeks and see how you fare.
Who thinks of this? Like, who?
You know what's funny? They presented it season 1 like, hey, Nick and Vanessa Lachey. Vanessa was like, I gave him an ultimatum. And then like that's kind of the premise of the show. So did y'all go through a trial marriage?
Yeah, they somehow spun this whole premise out of that one word ultimatum. And they're like, we're not even going to like worry about what ultimatum actually means and what that is actually like. We're just going to take that one word and spin this weird out of nowhere premise from it.
You could not waterboard it out of me that I had to give a man an ultimatum to be with me. Like, that's crazy that she just went on TV and said that.
Right.
For the full chest.
Yeah. The next person we are introduced to is Louis from Too Hot to Handle. Kirsten, what can you tell us about him?
Louis is a sexual menace. He cannot keep it in his pants, and we love
when you
Big
say
Ben.
it. When you say it, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Big Ben, obviously. He cannot keep
Ben.
Big Ben in his pants, which makes sense. Big Ben, a lot bigger than a pair of pants, so it's tough.
It's hard to get in your pants.
Louis was also on Battle Camp, which was very fun, and he immediately was in a showmance on Battle Camp. So if that gives you any sense of his lover boy abilities,
that should give you indication of who Louis is. He went on a show that is not anything about love or romance or anything. Is the only one that got something started romantically on that show.
He was not alone in his bed in the cabin with 3 other people.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's someone who, I mean, he comes up on my TikTok For You page when he's live on TikTok.
I bet he does.
So he was very interesting when he was on Too Hot to Handle because he's just a lover boy who I don't think would ever settle down.
What I need to tell you is, so he was on season 5 of Too Hot to Handle, and he made it to the end, and it was like, okay, he had a personal growth journey, like in quotes. Then they brought him back for season 6 to like be a good example to the other people. And he was so bad that he got kicked off halfway through for like being a poor example and too like sexually active in the house.
That's why on this episode, he's like, I love this. You can just kiss. Just do whatever you want.
This is him running wild now.
How much do I lose if I kiss someone? He's like, nothing. I don't have to pay. Oh my god,
that show is wild. Yeah,
and he is young. Like, I forgot how young he is. Like, obviously this filmed like a full year ago, so I guess he's like 24 now. But like,
how old was he on Too Hot to Handle? 21.
Yeah, I think he was 21 on Too Hot to Handle. 2021.
Goodness.
God.
And
there should be an age limit for being on reality TV. Like you just be like, you gotta be at least 23 to be on a Too Hot to Handle.
It's hilarious because Perfect Match puts together these people from these different shows, right, that have different premises. So on Love is Blind, the goal is to get married. So you don't typically have early 20-year-olds. You have like late 20s, early 30s for the most part. And so he's interacting with these like Love is Blind women, these ultimatum women who were maybe 10 years older than him. Like,
but the perfect match is so interesting because it tries to do like 2 things at the same time, right? It's like, I'm here to meet my perfect match. I'm here to meet my one and only. Also, I'm here to do a lot of sucking, licking, and whatever else we're going to do.
Oh
Like, it tries to do a couple different things.
Y'all, we are recording on Louis' 24th birthday.
Wow.
Hey. Happy birthday, Louis.
Wow. That's
Hope
crazy.
you celebrate with, if you found the love of your life on Perfect Match, I hope you're celebrating with them.
I have my doubts about that, but I hope he's having fun.
Odds are you have them blocked on whatever social medias.
Like Louis is for the streets, and so I hope that he is enjoying the streets.
Yes.
All right. Next up, I definitely need your expertise here, Kirsten. We have Cody from Temptation Island.
And here's the thing. If you're a tempter on Temptation Island and you don't get one of the main people, I don't know you. Like, I do not know this man. I watched his season of Temptation Island, but if I went back and watched it again, he probably had like less than 20 minutes of screen time over the whole season. Like, he's just wasn't part of the main plot, unfortunately.
Listen, I just watched an episode of television where he is heavily featured, and I still don't know who this man is.
Yes, exactly. So he's very much giving background character energy.
I knew he was not. I knew he was not a real person when he said he's from South Carolina. No one's from South Carolina. No one lives there. South Carolina is just an empty state, as far as I know. I've never heard of anyone living in South Carolina.
Have you never heard of the South Carolina Gamecocks?
Yeah, but people go to South Carolina to play.
I'm sorry, what? No
one's from there.
The South Carolina what?
That's their mascot. The Gamecocks, yes.
Perfect for Perfect Match.
Anyway, sorry to this man. Could see him on the street. Listen, I wouldn't know a thing.
Here's a crossover for you. Will, from the current season of Big Brother. He is a podcaster that talks exclusively about women's basketball for the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Kirsten, she's speechless for the first time.
I don't know how to react. I really do. I appreciate a man caring about women's sports.
There we go.
Also, maybe that should be a woman's job.
He said, I got this on lock, you guys. But yeah, Cody, honestly, when I look at him, I just think of Madison saying that he needed a tongue scraper and some mouthwash.
See, that's part of the checklist, right? When you know you're coming on Perfect Match, you got to make sure certain things are right. Okay, that your oral hygiene has to be on point. You have to make sure you're washing out your belly button, because odds are something's going to be sucked out of there. Okay, so you got to make sure you're washing that thing.
You got to do like that shower from Home Alone 2, where he scrubs head to toe, even behind his ears. You know.
Yeah. So,
and like they're staying in a nice place. There's no excuse for poor oral hygiene here. It's not like they're on the Survivor Beach.
Yeah, let me just say it's not fair that they put Cody, Daniel, and Clayton all on this season, because they could be the same person as far as I'm concerned. It's almost like Love Is Blind cast the same dude last season. It's kind of the same thing. We're just like, I don't know who this guy is. I get these guys mixed up all the time, like Cody, Daniel, and Clayton. I'm like, I don't forgot which one's which.
Yeah, that's why I stopped watching The Bachelor, because I was like, it's the same 20 people every season somehow.
Yeah. All right. So next up we had Lucy, who is from Too Hot to Handle, and Louis was very excited to see her. But tell us a little bit more about her, Kirsten.
Yeah, Lucy and Louis have like bestie vibes. She had I couldn't really remember her plotline on Too Hot to Handle when Jason and I broke down the cast over with Mike on the Reality Flash, but I was reminded by her little like preview that she was literally terrorized by that gray-haired demon Charlie on Too Hot to Handle, and he like definitely
the man literally looks like a vampire. Like I saw him, I'm like, this man is a vampire. Where'd they find this guy at? Yeah, because I watched SEN, Kirsten, with you. Yes. I talked about it with you. It's like Lucy was hot and heavy with that guy, and then he pretty much dumped her, and then she was just kind of there the rest of the season.
Yeah, like she didn't really have any other romantic interests. It was sad because she's beautiful, and like again, like that. I'm in season 7 of a True Blood rewatch right now, and like that man would fit right in with the vampires. Like Jason is correct. So hopefully, with some better options, she can really make a connection happen on Perfect Match.
Yeah. I mean, she seems like a hot commodity. Like, it seems like some guys are really interested. So it could be that she's somebody that we see go on dates often.
I hope so.
So we'll learn more about her. So next up, we had Madison, who is from Love is Blind. She was the villain of Love is Blind because people just didn't like her for some reason. I mean, I don't know if it's for like, okay, for some reason, but it was just kind of like the internet was kind of hard on her.
I would say she was very divisive. I think a lot of people saw her as a villain, and other people saw her as like,
Like,
a hero for women's rights. It's like,
yeah,
it was so weird.
She was not a villain. I stand firmly in the opinion of Madison did nothing wrong, and that people who were really against her, I don't understand what their opinion is really based in, and I think that Meg and Mason are weird and have stayed weird on social media. So
Yeah.
I'm so happy that she got this opportunity and they didn't.
Yeah.
But I think Madison is perfect for this because she's
This
not
is
afraid.
so good for her.
She's not afraid to read someone for filth. She's not afraid to pull up receipts. And we see just from this episode alone, she's not afraid to make waves.
Exactly. So good for her. I'm glad that she made this leap, going from Love is Blind, where she didn't really have.
You're onto something when you didn't actually even make it out of the pods in Love is Blind,
Yes.
and you're still on the cast of a Netflix show. So I think
exactly
that portends well for her.
Most people who don't make it out of the pods don't make it onto the TV product.
Right, exactly. She was a whole ass storyline of Love is Blind. Didn't even make it out of the pods.
Talk about the entertainment of that season of Love is Blind. It went downhill from the moment she went home. Let's be clear.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why they did that. That's why they edited just like that. Focused so long on 4 people that never made it out the pods.
Well, I think nothing would have happened on the season if they had only focused on the people who made it out of the pods.
Exactly. It could have been an episode. Nice little movie.
An email, perhaps.
Right. But I like that. Like, she's a hot commodity. People seem like she's going to have multiple options. So we'll see how that goes. Next up, we got Ollie.
Ollie, isn't it? Ollie,
mate.
Hello, Ollie.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Isn't it?
Oh no, not this podcast being offensive to the British.
Boy.
No, he taught her how to say in
London.
He taught her how to say in it. So he was teaching us.
I love that conversation with him and AD. It's like, it's just kind of like reaffirming, isn't it? And she's like, okay, I think I get it. And he like does an example. It's like, but that doesn't even fit what you just said. But okay, I'll go.
He's like, yeah, like, whatever. It's kind of like just throw it in wherever you want.
It's kind of like an exclamation point.
You sound American.
I think it's more of an exclamation point to be
In
like,
it?
I am like I really like stand on this. What I just said.
Right. Maybe that's like right.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. I think like
it's right. He just
conversationally it is. Absolutely.
Yeah. He just it's basically just right. Instead of saying right, you just say isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Well, Ollie, not to bury the lead, Ollie is from Love is Blind UK. We did cover that here on this here network. It was a very interesting season. It did not work out with him, the woman that he was engaged to, and he ended up dating another woman from that season. And so everybody's like, by the reunion, and everyone's like, ooh, Ollie, is he a playboy? Is he? I don't know. And then the next thing we find out, he's engaged to AD. So
yep. Ollie
is just a lover boy.
Oh, I mean, it seems like he found his perfect match. So
yeah. I mean, look, he seems like a sweet guy. What we're getting to know now. They needed a villain on Love is Blind UK on the reunion because he really wasn't painted that way during the experiment. Like he seemed fine.
He was one of those cases where one of the people he dated in the pods was also on the little trip before they go back to real life. So he was one of those people caught up in kind of a love triangle on the getaway. So he was kind of painted weird in that light, but then he kind of showed up as a solid guy throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah. Okay. I think him and AD look really good together on social media.
They are such a hot couple. Like, wow.
Maybe he is what Louis wants to be in about 10 years.
When he grows up.
I mean, will Louis be ready for marriage ever? Who knows? He's in kindergarten, so.
I love that, before Ollie and Daniel come into the villa, AD is talking to Sandy. She's like, I think who came in? Louis and someone else came in. They're like, and then
Louis
AD's
and
like,
Cody.
yeah, there's like, oh my god, they're giving us little boys here. When are we gonna get the grown men? In
And
walks
walks
Ollie,
Ollie.
grown ass man, fully grown, and some other guy.
Right. Yes, this other guy is Daniel, who is from Dated and Related. Did anyone watch that?
I'm like pretty sure I watched an episode of it for nothing but Netflix, but I certainly didn't keep up with it.
Same. I watched one episode.
Yeah,
We're just glad that his sister isn't also on Perfect Match.
Yeah, that would be great. And Daniel, I don't know. We didn't know you before, Daniel, and you didn't really leave us an impression on this first episode.
He was there.
He was there.
Apparently,
he
he
said
has
like
an
2 words.
accent, like an accent, like he's from Toronto or Toronto.
I wouldn't even know. He didn't talk enough to register.
He
an
is
accent.
from Toronto. We got like a brief little bit of him having an accent. I don't know how to put on a Toronto accent, so I will not be attempting.
That's no
Okay.
fun.
Everyone I met in Toronto didn't have an accent to me, so maybe I have one. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so Jason, I have a question for you. So you're confusing him with Cody and Clayton? I think he has a very distinct look.
I think maybe it's just because he wasn't around a lot and didn't talk a
Okay.
lot. So
I
think
mean,
that's
is
part
it
of the
that
problem.
distinct? Is it like they all just have like long on top with the super short fade and then like a shirt unbuttoned really low?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
there is three white men in slightly different fonts.
yeah, it's like Aysha, like I said, it's like Love Is Blind last season. They were like these
All these
regular
different fonts.
white men, and then we couldn't tell any of them apart.
Love Is Blind was egregious.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Cody, Clayton, and Daniel so far. It's the first episode, so no one's really stuck out too much for me, especially Daniel, because Daniel did not get a damn.
He was there.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have someone who I wasn't too familiar with. We have Juliet, who is from Siesta Key. Did you watch Siesta Key, Kirsten?
No, I think that she's the one that none of us knew at all, but I feel like she has instantly got that kind of star power, so I'm excited to see what she brings for the whole season.
She's on 5 seasons of Siesta Key.
When
she's like the narrator. Like she's like the main character of Siesta Key.
Like the Lauren Conrad?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So that may be big for like the Siesta Key watchers that she's on here. They probably think she's the most famous person on here.
There is a chance that she is one of the more famous people. I don't know her. To me, Justine from Love Island is the most famous person here.
Okay.
Okay.
I
That's
can
fair.
I can see that. Like,
yeah. If we compared followers, she's probably has the most.
Yeah.
I have no idea how many followers she has. I just know Love Island are in the millions.
When she's won 2 seasons of Love Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how Juliet walked in and she's like, I'm just here to find anything better than what I've had in the past. And if you know me, you know what that's like. I'm like, but we don't know.
But I
you.
don't.
Like, I don't know who you are. And I don't think anyone else did either. Like, I think she walked in and they were all like, "Do we get a new host? Like, who is this?" Like,
I feel like one person was like, "Oh, we know her she's from Siesta Key," but it was not like a big thing. Yeah,
really? I didn't clock that.
She talks about like I'm better now, and it's like, well, we don't know what you were like before, so that doesn't help.
And we apologize for you people out there who've been Siesta Key day ones, and you're like, oh, how do you not know her?
But listen, I will say for you Siesta Key mega fans, I get it. Juliet came in and she made a name for herself, like not like these other people that I had no idea who they were, and they stayed that way because they didn't do anything. Juliet came in and staked the claim for most interesting, messy person currently.
Yeah. And then the last person we were introduced to, who I literally have in my notes as Colton, is Clayton. I was like, what? Colton did not come in.
No, Colton's on Traitors.
Right. Wrong show.
Wrong Bachelor.
This man is a dancer, an entertainer, I did watch his season of The Bachelor. He is most notably the one who, is the one that did not handle his final three correctly with Gabby Wendy, and the other person, Rachel, who is on this season.
Who's on this season of Perfect Match?
Yes. Clayton, he had some drama too after his season that he has now gotten resolved, which is probably why he made this move now. And like, hey, now I can put myself back out there. And he was on his dancing journey. People love to comment on his dancing journey online.
Was he one of those bachelors that was on Dance with the Stars, or no?
He's still early in the dancing journey, I would say.
He has come a long way.
And you know what? Good for him for liking something and wanting to keep trying it. But I keep remembering that like this filmed last summer, and then he got in his beef with Gabby Wendy after Traders just earlier this year, where she was reading his dancing skills, and then he was basically like, "She's a bully." And I'm like, you told her you loved her, had sex with her, and then also did that with 2 other women. And then left all 3 of them for a 4th woman you had already sent home. You suck.
Yikes. I do like that Juliet knew who Clayton was. Like, oh my God, he was on The Bachelor. I just wondered who else here knew he was on The Bachelor. I don't know if the reality mess Netflix people are really even like Bachelor fans, if they know who he was. Like, oh, it's some guy that walked in.
It's hard to say. For a lot of people, he's probably the most famous person on this show.
Right. I don't know if he was on Dancing with the Stars, to your earlier question, Jason. Yeah, I don't think he was. There was way too much drama around his season of The Bachelor, and he did not handle that well. And he claims he thinks this is going to be a better situation for him. I'm like, how?
I'm going to predict 1 episode in that it will not go better for him. I'm going to put my foot down.
I just love how he was treating all his conversation with the women before deciding who to get matched with, as if he was the Bachelor. Like, he's trying to have these deep, quick conversations. Like, you're on a different show, buddy.
Oh, I mean, when he's doing his shtick with all, he's like, I've only had 2 relationships coming into this. Like, what? No, you had 30 relationships. Night 1. What are you talking about with Bachelor? You had 30 people. You had 30 women that you were in a relationship with. Did that mean nothing to you, sir?
Clayton strikes me as the type of man who's had just enough therapy to make him worse.
Just enough for him to use the therapy terms, but doesn't actually practice any of the therapy.
Like he's never done any of the homework that your therapist sends home with you, but he knows some terms.
He's something else.
Yeah, he set a firm boundary that you can't talk about what he's done wrong because that's mean to him.
Yeah, I make sure to practice mindfulness now when I talk to people. So,
Exactly. Oh my God. So those are our people
with a lot of intention. You know what I mean? When I speak to people, I move with intention.
Yeah.
Yeah, the intention of getting rejected.
I was about to do that. We've been hanging out too much. I was about to make the pew pew pew.
Okay. You could have both done it. It would have worked.
I've done way too much. So we got to meet everybody, got to know a little bit about all of them, and then they played the Let's Puck game. I feel like they went pretty hard.
That's called Plinko. We can't just like words have meaning and things have names, and that was Plinko. It was horny Plinko. I'm not calling it Let's Puck.
Let's Puck.
Well, listen, of all the icebreakers they've pulled out on this show, because I mean, I think what was it last season? There were dice where you had to do things with certain people. At least this had a little bit more production value, right? Like they actually built something, right, and made a whole thing of it, even if it was just a sexual Plinko. This is what she called. They should have bought the name from Price is Right, named it Sexual Plinko, and we all would have been a lot happier about it.
Yeah, or they could have used the wheel from Battle Camp. That was in Tulum too. I'm not sure. I think this actually filmed before Battle Camp, so maybe they didn't have the wheel yet.
Yeah, very true.
Back to the challenge, which is called Let's Puck.
Get it? Get it?
Yeah, I mean they went there. They didn't mind kissing, they didn't mind taking body shots out of belly buttons,
Yeah, is
eating
this the most?
strawberries.
Is this some uninhibited starting cast we've ever gotten? Because I feel
It's
like it's pretty close, right? Because I feel like in the past we've got people that are like not as forward as almost everyone here was.
Yeah, I think they made a point of putting the horniest people in to start.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely part of it. These shows really made me think that, body shots would be like a normal part of life. And that has just
Right?
not
Oh
been
my
the case
gosh.
for me. Like have one Facebook memory that comes up every year of in my first year dorm, someone was doing like a titty shot, but the shot glass broke in her
Oh.
boobs while he was trying to do it. And so that video comes up like every March in my memory. So that's really the only body shot that I've ever even seen in person, let alone having done one. They make it seem like it's normal to just be doing body shots.
And I feel like that goes away with age, right? Because I mean, me now, my big age, I'm like, that sounds like the grossest thing that I could ever think of.
I don't even want to do a shot.
Period. Yes, out of a
I want to go
clean
to bed.
shot glass. Don't want to do a shot. But you're
that's
asking me to
disgusting.
do a shot off of somebody's belly button when you can't even ask when's the last time that you cleaned your belly button. And if you
For
have
real.
to pause to think, that's
Listen,
disgusting.
Everyone right now, let's do an exercise. For all you out there listening, watching, just take a finger, swirl it around your belly button. Smell that bad boy.
I
That's
do
what someone
think that
is
like
leaking.
like a less clean belly button is more likely if you have like body hair in that region to like trap things. Like, I don't know. I think that you could swab my belly button, it would be clean.
I mean, listen, show of hands. Who here on this podcast cleans their belly button when they shower? Like
I
focuses
mean, I
on it.
clean my whole body head to toe.
I know, but focuses on it. Like puts the whatever washcloth or
Absolutely.
in there.
I have never been
At our
so
big
happy in my
ages.
life that I am not one of those white people that doesn't wash their legs, because I can stand here confidently and say my whole body head to toe with soap, some sort of like a loofah or a washcloth or something. Like, I'm just so glad because I wouldn't be able to admit
love
it if I
that.
was, like I would have to be like, yeah, I clean
Yeah,
my
of course.
but
What?
it's like, you know what I mean?
You
I'm
don't
just
have
so
to
glad.
sit here and be like, you wash your legs, and then we start that whole debate.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! Or like, what's a washcloth?
Let's not start with the washcloth loofah debate because that can divide households. Okay, so let's not even start that.
Listen, as long as whatever you're using is clean and dry in between washes, I think we can all agree.
And for all you soap on hand people, you're not even part of this conversation. We don't even want to talk to
You know what? They like Clayton are early in their cleanliness journey, like he's early in his dancing journey, and so I'm not here to shame people who are using soap when I know that there's people that don't use any soap at all.
Right, exactly. And listen, because Kirsten and Aysha are all high and mighty, like, of course I wash my belt. I will admit there are times where it gets neglected. For me, okay, I've got a pretty cavernous belly button. So it's not often that I'm getting in there. Like
I feel like the more cavernous your belly button, the more you should be focusing.
Right.
I know,
It should
right?
be a main focus. Left arm, right arm, upper body, belly button.
Yeah.
Don't forget the legs.
I'm gonna,
Legs.
Don't forget the legs, Aysha.
That's halfway, okay?
But don't stop halfway, Aysha. You got to keep going. Very important stuff in that region down there. You're just forgetting. But yes, from now on, I think I need to just keep a dry erase board in the shower. Don't
check it off. Yes.
Yeah.
So you will not neglect that.
Yes.
But yeah, this girl had no problem. Who was that? Oh, Juliet with Clayton.
All up in there.
Yeah. But after the challenge, they're kind of like all getting to know each other because now it's time to match up.
Yes.
I thought it was very interesting how Sandy actually loves Clayton's dancing. She said her and her friends love seeing him dance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but are they laughing at him?
Yeah, are you laughing at or with? That's important. That's an important thing to clarify.
If she didn't watch The Bachelor, I think she's enjoying it. But I think anybody who like understands the Clayton lore and are now at his dance videos, it's a different type of laughter. It's not like, oh, I'm enjoying this so much.
I just watched his most recent dance video on Instagram when I went to see how many followers he had, and you tell me he's come a long way. And to which I said, like, listen, I would not be posting dancing videos on the internet because I know that I would be way worse. Like, he's definitely a better dancer than me. I don't know. I could see myself sending that to a group chat. Like, ha.
Look at this fool.
Look, I mean, if you go on TikTok and look at the shares, that the numbers are high. But I love that he has a hobby. Some people don't have hobbies.
But I mean, is it shared for the right reasons? So is the reasons he wants it to be shared, or the reasons that we are sharing it to be like, haha.
I bet he's like a share is a share because he continues to do it.
Yeah, he probably.
He's for sure got the creator fund, so like he's getting paid off of it,
right? Let's see. There was some other connection, like multiple connections are being made. We see Ollie and AD get very cuddly very early. It's like, okay, they hit it off from jump.
Extremely. Like he is feeling up on her booty. Like he's like they are that far into it. I don't even think they realized cameras were capturing them because he was all over it. He was on it. She was on his pecs. It was like, oh, this y'all are advancing very far.
Wouldn't you, if someone that hot is expressing interest in you?
I mean, from a certain side of it, yes.
No, I don't know if you wanted his pecs.
I don't know if I'm feeling all these pecs. I mean,
that's not what I meant.
That is a man.
Not my jam. I'm not judging. It's just not my jam. Okay.
I just meant like being on either side of it. Of if you're like someone that hot is with you, like you might be touchy feely with them if you're in the right atmosphere. Can we talk about the Clayton, Juliet, Madison situation that happened? Because this is one of my favorite things that I've seen on reality TV, period. So Clayton is chatting it up with Madison. They're hitting it off. Juliet sees this and is like, I've watched The Bachelor. Walks up. Can I steal you? He goes, oh, I want to finish this conversation. So Juliet walks away. Clayton asks Madison to be his perfect match.
The question was asked and answered.
The Chiron is about to pop up, literally. It gets interrupted. It's like
the editors, they got in there, and then she's like, "Oh, like no, I don't want to be your perfect match." And then he just goes and asks Juliet, and she takes it as if she was his first choice.
No, I'm about to type Madison and Clayton.
No,
like
the way I did type it. I said Madison and Clayton matched. Moving on.
No, and I just love because like Madison was Clayton's like second choice already because I can't remember who he wanted to be with, but he like kind of got cucked a little bit, didn't he?
I think it was Lucy.
Oh yes, he wanted Lucy.
Lucy who's like, I'm very unconventional. I live with my friend and her baby. I'm like, I don't know if it's like that unconventional. Like,
that's not
having a roommate is so
having a roommate that has a child. Yeah, that's
it's
look at
no one's ever had it
innovative
before.
For sure.
But that's so Madison's like, I'll never be man's second choice, and then Juliet's the third choice, and she's like,
oh my god,
I get to stay.
No, it's just the way that Juliet busted in like the Kool-Aid man, like, hey, what's up, guys? Can I steal you for a second? And Clayton, who's like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Okay, I did this on The Bachelor. I'm done with people butting in and stealing me. You're gonna wait. And she's like, okay, I'll wait. And she's 5 minutes. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna wait anymore. Like, I need to talk to you because I think she saw what was coming. She's like, no, if I don't jump in on this now, it's gonna be too late for me. Clayton's gonna choose her. And she did the damn thing. That's why I'm like, I am a Juliet stan now. I came into this like, who the hell is Juliet? Why is she on this show? This is why.
Now you know.
This is why. the casting did the damn thing.
But okay.
But I mean, like, can Clayton go to production and be like, listen, I literally had a verbal agreement that me and Madison were going to be matched. That you have to honor that, right? It's like, because like that's the rules of the game. If she agrees to match with me, we're matched, right? Get her in here, and she's my match now. We're gonna go to the little do not disturb room because she's my match. Tell Juliet to go F off with Cody or whoever because Madison's mine. Is that part of the rules of the game?
Especially
Nothing.
for her to be his third choice. And I think he realizes in this moment, oh shoot, if I don't get on, I'm gonna have no options
Yeah, because Madison goes and matches with Cody, and
immediately.
Clayton stands up. He's like, "Oh, huh? They're matched. Okay,
You're right.
okay. Hey,
Okay,
fist
yeah.
bump. Let's do this." I was like, "Oh no,
So
that's not what you want on
awkward.
this show."
Right. And then Lucy, so Daniel just comes in and swoops Lucy up before
Mhm.
Clayton can try to even make a move.
Mhm.
And the way that Daniel did that and just was like, he just like brought her in for a kiss, that was intense. I was like, they look like they actually could like each other.
I think they might. I do think that they just really had a vibe.
But this kiss actually happened right after he had sucked Juliet's toes.
There was
I just feel
so
like
much.
on the same night, like, are you gonna kiss a guy who sucked another girl's toes on the same night?
No.
Okay.
No. There was so much foot stuff in this episode. I'm like, oh, okay. This editor is like has very interesting proclivities because he included all the foot stuff in this episode.
I mean,
Right.
He or she included all the foot stuff. In this episode.
we
Thank
know.
you, Jason.
We know that was a man. I'm sorry. They show a lot of foot stuff in like kind of all of the Netflix reality and just like love shows in general. And I think it's just because like foot fetish is like a very kind of entry level kink that like maybe not everyone like agree like has that kink, but like I feel like everybody knows that is a kink, and so you can get away with putting it into these shows.
Yeah.
I've seen too many people sucking toes.
Right.
Let's let that
against
marinate
my
for a
will.
second.
Like I would never have chosen to see anyone suck on anyone's toe. Like that's
I've
just
never
not for
seen that in
me.
real life.
Never.
No,
These shows would have
'Cause
you think that people are sucking toes at the bar.
You're so right. Because like going to college, I was like, oh, there's gonna be body shots, there's gonna be sucking toes. And I didn't see any of that.
That's what happens when you're raised by television.
You joined the wrong sorority, obviously.
When you grow up watching Next and
Yeah.
all those Room Raiders.
It's like how we were like growing up, I thought that like quicksand was going to be a way bigger part of my life.
Way
and yet I've
bigger
never
issue.
encountered
Yeah.
Brady
quicksand.
Bunch,
Like that
Brady
this
Bunch
is like
lied to me.
the rated R version of that is the toe sucking and body shots.
That's the television your parents didn't know you were watching is what taught you all this toe sucking stuff when you were growing up.
And I gotta tell you, I'm sure Vanessa's rolling in her grave to hear about it now.
Wait,
I didn't
Vanessa
understand that
Lachey?
reference.
No, my mom, Vanessa.
Oh, I was like Vanessa.
Oh my
She's not
goodness.
I'm sure she's not happy.
Oh my gosh. So
That's like once I accidentally announced that Nick and Vanessa were divorced when they're not divorced, and now I'm like Vanessa's in her grave, and people are like, "What?"
Vanessa just like died.
someone's like, "Oh my gosh, I found out on the Perfect Match RJP podcast. I didn't hear it anywhere else."
Just misinformation.
TMZ of
Right.
podcasts for misinformation. We're the TMZ of misinformation here.
Yes. So
anyways.
far we have Juliet and Clayton have matched. Madison and Cody. We had
Adie and Ollie.
Daniel and Lucy. Adie and Ollie. They were the first, or they matched right after Daniel and Lucy.
I love their thing was so cute. They were just like, I mean, I don't know if it's because we know what happens and we're all just like, oh my god, they're made for each other. I don't know if we didn't know what happens and we're just like, okay, they're feeling each other.
No, I would definitely have my guard up if we didn't know.
Yeah.
I would have been like, "That's his wife."
Yeah, but whether it's on the couch and she's like, no, I don't know. Maybe I want to, check out my options. He's like, oh, you're playing coy, eh? You're playing coy, isn't it? she's like, no. He's like, you want match with me, babe? You want match with me, isn't it? And she's like, yeah, let's match.
I mean, she has no other option. Let's be very clear. It's a bunch of little boys and
Louis had one conversation with her, and he's like, you do too much eye contact. I can't do this with you right now. And like he was like, next. He's like, see you later.
I mean, it made it seem like her eye contact was like menacing in some way, but I think she just like looks attentive and beautiful.
There we go.
But she has big, beautiful eyes, so I can definitely see where Louis would be lost in those eyes.
Ollie, please do not. I hope Ollie never finds out your location.
Ollie, look, Ollie, I'm married. I'm married. You
come
can
in
have her. You can
peace.
have her. She's yours.
Oh my
listen,
God.
If I wasn't, I could take her. But like, I'm happily married.
Get a job. Get away from her.
No, listen, Ollie, you have nothing to fear from me, Ollie. You have nothing to fear. I'm here and married. I'm good.
Ooh, I bet Ollie like wiped his sweat.
Yeah, I
from
mean,
his
listen, he's probably
forehead.
scared. He's probably scared.
He's
Don't
like,
be
I heard
scared.
that the grandpa of this podcast is interested in you.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
We also had Louie and Sandy randomly match. That's
They
not
seem-
gonna.
No, but they seem like they match mess wise. They seem like they
Yeah,
seem
they like
they
to be
made for each other.
flirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a love connection? No. Will they hook up? Almost certainly.
Oh yes.
Yeah, for sure. After we got all the matches, we did get the compatibility challenge where they just had to like carry a card lip to lip across the thing. It was a race. That's when we found out about Cody not using a tongue scraper. Just bring it up as much as possible. Yeah, Madison and Cody actually win.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just take this moment to, for anyone out there, like, if you're thinking, I don't need a tongue scraper. I brush my teeth well. I have great oral hygiene. I don't need that. It really is a game changer, and I highly recommend everyone to get a tongue scraper. It feels so good.
Hold on, Kirsten. Slow down.
It just gets the mouth like a little bit cleaner.
Wash belly button.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
Scraping
right after
Tongue scraper.
I think scraping tongue is more important than the belly button.
Got okay.
But I might
change
maybe
the
I'm
rankings.
gross.
Change
I don't
the
know.
rankings. Okay. All right.
I mean,
I'm about to change. I'm about to change my wife's life, y'all. I'm about to change my wife's life over here.
Equal importance if you're on Perfect Match, but
Yes.
in real life, where body shots are not often happening, tongue scraping is the higher priority.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
100p.
So we got this date with Madison and Cody, and all I can think about is the mouthwash and tongue scraping.
Yeah.
And they do kiss. But he makes this weird joke of like, oh, like I can trust you, right? Like we're together, right? Unless like you prove otherwise.
Yeah, that's like, oh, that's not how you want to phrase that. That's not how you want
It's
to put
day
that.
2 of Perfect Match, and he wants to get married.
Like you're already
okay.
trying to lock me up on day 2 of this
Right.
like bang show. Like no, like that's it was at
Bang
that moment.
show.
It was at that. What else is it, Kirsten? It's a bang show.
It's where you go to find your perfect match and soulmate to get married to, Jason. Obviously,
because that the track record proves
it's
that
a serious
that's
show.
a thing. I mean, it will prove in the future, but as of right now, in the current day of Perfect Match, where that's taking place right now, it's the track record's not great. But
Fair.
yeah, he's trying to wipe her up on day 2 of Perfect Match, and it was at that moment Madison was like, "I am ditching this guy as soon as I can."
Exactly. So
like bad breath and like jealousy issues on day
Clingy.
1.
oof.
Well, thanks.
Double whammy. So they go into the boardroom where we find out this is the men's turn, right? There's 4 men that are an option. We got Jalen from Too Hot to Handle, Carrington from Love Island, JR from The Ultimatum, who JR is the one that was Sandy's trial marriage partner, and Freddie from Love is Blind UK. So I know 50% of these people. I don't know. Jalen seems like a mystery to me. I think maybe I didn't watch that season of Too Hot to Handle.
Me and
Jalen's a
Kirsten did.
even
He's
if
still
you
a
watched
mystery.
it.
Yeah, he's still a mystery.
He like came in kind of late and then like tried to disrupt a very established couple unsuccessfully.
Why?
So like he had a shot for a minute. Like he had us in the first half. Like it looked like he was going to break through, but then he just didn't, and then was kind of quietly there. As is what happens with just kind of Love Island people in general. Carrington is kind of a star. He is absolutely a douchebag. I had a little crush on Carrington on his season of Love Island. Probably like a problematic crush because anyone I like on these shows turns out to be like the most like. Listen, famously, when Harry Jowsey walked into Too Hot to Handle, I was like, he's the hottest guy on the show, and we've all seen.
See, I thought he was a baby then. I don't think his looks grew on me until late, like current day Harry Jowsey.
And unfortunately, he's hotter now than he was then. Okay.
And that's why he has his own show coming out.
Who Wants to Date Harry? You get
No, I
to
think
go
it's
to
Who Wants to Marry.
Well, yeah, because they're making it based off of the Who Wants to Marry Harry that was on, I think, Fox, like way back, where it was the Prince Harry lookalike situation. So it's a play off of that. But I'm pretty sure the winner just gets to go to a birthday party with him. Like, I don't think it's. I don't think
Not a
there's
birthday
like a
party.
I'm pretty sure. Let me look this up.
And the winner gets syphilis.
What? Maybe more than just the winner.
Well, this is Carrington from Love Island, if in case anybody was serious or curious.
Serious.
No one is serious here, Aysha.
I just hope that everyone in the Perfect Match house has had their HPV vaccine. That's all.
It has to be a requirement.
It's important stuff.
Yeah. Well, Madison and Cody decide to match Juliet and Carrington, where Juliet was matched with Clayton. So that's not going to be a thing if she's feeling Carrington. And then Madison, by a surprise turn of events, not a surprise to us, but Madison chooses to go on a date with Freddie.
It's my
tell me about Freddie.
So I don't know if you peeped it, but when they tried to match Freddie with someone else, or maybe with Juliet, when they tried to match Freddie with Juliet, Madison was like, no, he's too good. He's too much of a good boy for her. And then she turns around and picks him for herself, which is hilarious because I was like,
I love it.
She just wanted him.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because they were getting ready to. It seemed like they were getting ready to match up JR and Sandy. And I was like, yeah, do that. That'll be like that'll be such a bomb to this house. But then to end up like at the last minute, Madison's like, actually, maybe not.
We'll go Freddie.
I'm actually going on a date. Sorry, bye.
Yeah. And I like how they left this little mystery because we had this now tradition on this show that people show up by themselves and was like, are you actually by yourself or are you pranking us? Because they love to prank us. Just say, I'm here by myself. Psych! And the other person comes in. It's like, they had me for a minute. I was like, did she actually do it? And she did. She actually did it.
The minute it was Madison, I knew she did it. Like, if anyone is going to take a date for themselves, it's her.
Yeah. And I mean, and I can't blame her for picking Freddie. Freddie, he has the accent going for him. I didn't think the only thing that, like, if I look back at my Love is Blind UK notes, he wanted a prenup. And he was the one that said no at the altar. But, I mean, the relationship he was in, I don't remember anything bad, like, besides them just not being a good match.
Well, the issue was she was a little mean to him in certain ways. He came off kind of as the Prince Charming of that season, and the way she was edited was more of like an ice queen kind of.
Yeah.
So that's where that was. So Freddie coming in here, I think I mentioned it on the pod that me and Kirsten did with Mike Bloom. I think people that have things to lose, Freddie has things to lose here because Freddie came out of his season looking just smelling like a rose. And if any show is going to tarnish that reputation, it could be a perfect match.
Yeah, I can't say a bad word about him. So hopefully he's a good guy.
He's cute. So I'm excited to get to know him.
Yeah. So we will be back to talk about episodes 2 through 6.
Sorry, we will be back.
This will happen again.
You've been warned.
Right. And then just some programming notes. We'll be back to talk about 7 through 9 after that. And then we'll wrap it up with talking about the finale. These episodes will be dropping over the next 3 weeks of the premiere, or episodes 1 through 6 come out on August 1st, which you should know that at this point. And then next week, episodes 7 through 9 come out, and then the following week the finale will come out. So there's some people I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see when QT, great friend of the pod, comes on. Who I'm excited to see Rachel, see what that dynamic is like with Clayton. Anybody else that y'all are excited to see?
Justine.
Yes.
We need her. She's another star. So excited for what she brings to the villa.
She Yeah, I'm looking at the options. Who are her options?
Here's the thing. I don't know that she has like a real option, but she could have like a fake option that wins the game with her and then they don't date,
Okay.
because that's kind of what
What happened in
I
Love
mean,
Island Games?
on Love Island Games, she was like coupled up with Jack from Love Island UK. They won together, and then I don't think they ever actually dated. And then, of course, on Love Island season 2, which she won with Caleb, my enemy, he like he was like conning her and was like never actually into her and like used her to win the game. So count your days, Caleb.
Oh my gosh.
I am excited to see the dynamic between JR and Sandy if they are in the house at the same time together. I think that will be very interesting, especially taking into account how they left off in the ultimatum.
Yeah. So exciting stuff coming up. Thank you for sticking with us to check out our coverage. Make sure you go subscribe to the Love at First Sight feed, as well as the Hot Dummies on Islands feed, and subscribe to the RHAP YouTube channel. If you listen to this, go back and, well, maybe not. You shouldn't have to re-listen and watch us on the video, but at least moving forward, watch the video version, because it just amplifies.
Don't be so
the
bossy,
experience.
Aysha. Moving forward, you need to watch us on video.
It just helps us a lot if you do watch the video, and you can go into the YouTube comments and yap with us. I will be there. I will be responding. So be nice to me and Jason and Aysha, at least. Like the contestants, you don't have to be so nice to, but us at least. Come on.
Well, Kirsten, where can people keep up with you?
Yes, you can follow me TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, Blue Sky at Kirsten Said What. You can also listen to Mess Magnets, which is a pop culture podcast with myself and Sasha Joseph. And you can listen to Brian Scally and I covering Love Island Beyond the Villa at WeKnowLoveIsland.com.
Awesome. Jason, what about you?
Yeah, you can find me on a couple different podcasts right now. I am, of course, with Aysha on the Perfect Match podcast, not to be confused with this show we just been talking about. we had the name first, so they can kick rocks. But yeah, on the podcast, A Perfect Match, me and Aysha talk about the show Married at First Sight. It is just as messy as these other shows we've been talking about. So come over there, check us out. We do have a Patreon that we started recently, and we are covering older seasons of Married at First Sight right now, since we don't have a new season to talk about. We're talking about season 11.
Recently, but we're already 21 episodes in.
Yeah. So we've been doing it for a minute now. So we are talking about season 11 currently, which is one of the best seasons of the franchise. So come on, check it out over at patreon.com/Perfect Match Podcast. You can also check me out on my other podcast, The Good Pod, where me and Marissa Garza are doing a rewatch of the show The Good Wife. And as an offshoot of that podcast, me and Marissa are also talking about The Gilded Age over on The Gilded Pod. So check that out as well.
And yeah, y'all can follow me on all social media at Aysha Like Aysha. That's AYSHA like ASIA. So of course, like Jason said, we're over there talking about season 11 of Married at First Sight right now on our Patreon, A Perfect Match Podcast. And if you are here and you are a fan of The Ultimatum, I did do coverage with Mayor Kukowski and Dr. Evie Jagoda about The Ultimatum Queer Love. So go check that out if you haven't already. We had a great time talking about season 2 of The Ultimatum Queer Love, and it was very entertaining. And stuff continues to come out on social media randomly about different stuff. So just go enjoy the content if you have not already. We will see y'all next time when we come back to talk about episodes 2 through 6. Bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.